I am going to teach you the fifth chapter. The name of this chapter is organizing. This is very important function of management. First of all, we should know the meaning of organizing. What is organizing? Organizing function leads to the creation of an organizational structure which includes the designing of a role to be filled by suitable skilled people and defining the interrelationship between these roles so that ambiguity in performance of duty can be eliminated. First of all, in this definition we can understand 2 points very clearly. The first point is organizing means the duty to be given to the employees, and in this way we make the organizational structure. And the main thing in this definition, or we can say the meaning which is written, designing of role. The employee who is working in the organization, what is his role? It must be designed, and it is designed in this topic. The next important point in this, when in an organization many employees work, such as some are subordinates, some are seniors, at that time it is also very important the employee who is getting the orders, who is the senior, and it is also important that the seniors are important to give the role to the employees. It means subordinate and senior relationship must be very clear. Not only clear, but it must be very sweet, very good between the senior and junior. At that time the work will go on smoothly and there will be no ambiguity. Ambiguity means they are very clear. There must not be any unclearness between senior and junior at the time of taking and receiving the orders. The main thing is this, the relationship between junior and senior, plus what is the duty of the person. These are the two main points which are discussed in this topic, which is organizing. And at that time duties can be performed very smoothly, and at that time when they are performing their duties, they are very clear accordance what should be done and what should be not done. And the aim of organizing is to enable people to work. If there is very much misunderstanding at that time, they will feel what is to be done, what is not to be done, whom they are answerable. If junior will think at that time, they should very clear the immediate boss is giving the order and he is answerable to the boss, and together for a common purpose. When they will work in this way, the work must be done together. Their aim is single, but their duties are different. This is called organizational structure. And students, after making clear the meaning of organizing, we will clear the steps in the process of organizing. What are the steps when we are organizing a structure? The first point is identification and work division. As I have told you in the meaning, first of all, the duties must be identified. What are the duties to be performed? Not only the duties, but we should also see the person who are working in the organization, which person is capable to do that duty very well. Means duties must be identified, and the person and the employee should also be identified to perform their duties very well. So this is called identification and work division. After identifying, we will divide the task. Whatever the work is going to be done, at that time we should cut it into short pieces, and at that time, after identifying the employee and work, we will divide the work. It means we will divide the work, and when we divide the work, it will be completed by a single person. Means each person has his duty to perform that divided part of that work. After doing this, when we are answerable for that work is to be done by him, he will complete, and other work will also be completed like this. In this way, all the divided work will be completed. When all the work will be completed, it means the whole work will also be completed very well. So it is very important when we are processing the organizing. At that time, we should identify the work and the capable employee, and after that, we should divide the work according to the capability of the employees. Now we will take the second point. It means departmentalization. After dividing the work, we will make the departments. We will make the departments after dividing the work, and every department will have the duty to take in charge. There must be an in charge, or we can say head of the department, and he will be answerable to his senior, and he will give the orders to juniors of his department, and he will see what the problems are also coming. So he will take different steps to resolve all the problem. After resolving the problem, he will see that the employees which were given the work according to their capability, they are doing very well. If they are doing the work very well, he will satisfied at that time, he will be satisfied. And the main thing in this point, that after dividing the work, departmentalization must be there. There must be different type of department to complete the whole task. Okay, now we will see the third point, assignment of duties. As I have told you in the first point, we will identify the capable person to complete the work according to the ability of that employee. We will assign the duties. It is also very important whom senior will see, whom he will appoint to perform that duty, who is capable. It will also be seen in the first point when we are dividing the work, and after that this point is also interrelating, that duties will be distributed. When duties will be distributed, it will be seen the duties are being given to the capable person or not. So it is very important if we assign the duties to incapable person, at that time the result may be not like that as we are expecting. We can take the example to understand this. Suppose we are giving the duties regarding finance. It means the person must be CA or MBA in the field of finance. Means he should have all the technology and technicality, all the problems how to be solved. It should be done, it should be understood by the person who is taking the responsibility of finance. So the person who has the full knowledge in the field of finance, that person must be given the duty regarding finance. Okay? It is very important, the duties which are being provided, being given to the person, that person must be capable to resolve all the problems in that field, and he should have the skillness and knowledge and experience in his field. So we will take another point, and this is the last point of processing of organizing, establishing rapport relationship. We should think, if senior and junior are working in an organization, their relation must be very good. There must be harmony in the relationship, not only between senior and junior, but also among all the employees. If their environment will be good, the work can be done very smoothly. So it is very important, relationship report establishing. We should establish the relationship must be very good. We should see, and if there are any problem, we should take a step so that there may be a good relationship and good environment in our organization. So we can say organizing is a very important function of management, and after understanding the meaning and organizing, we can make a structure in our organization very well. Without making any good structure, the things cannot be proceeded. So this is very important when we are doing work in an organization. So organizational objectives must be achieved. If our organizational structure is not according to the need, it will be difficult, it will make very difficult the things, and so it is very important that we should organize the structure very well. Thank you for